Patrick Mahomes threw 50 touchdown passes and over 5,000 yards last season on his way to being named MVP. So it should come as no surprise that Caesars gave him the best odds to be MVP again this season. Mahomes is followed by Andrew Luck, Aaron Rodgers, and Carson Wentz. Baker Mayfield actually tied Tom Brady with the 7th best odds. Shannon, who's your early pick for MVP?
Well, my early pick is somebody that was not even mentioned. Wasn't even on the board. I got Dak Prescott.
You got jokes, and they're lame, and they fall flat.
You actually thought I was going to pick Dak. You must be out your
I was
You
so
ain't going to pick
excited
it.
Did I laugh?
You pick it. You pick it.
You laughed
know what, Skip?
for us.
Is it my turn?
No,
I'll
it's not
go.
your turn. That's not your turn just yet. As much as I want to go with my homeboy, Skip, we haven't had back-to-back MVPs since Peyton Manning in 2008, 2009. It's very difficult, and especially when you have the type season that he had. You go 50-12, the expectation, if you throw 45 touchdowns with 13, 14 interceptions, you had a down year. In the minds of people after the previous year, you go 50-12 with 5,000 yards. So as much as I want to pick my homeboy, you know who I'm going to go with? I'm going to go with the guy that threw the second most touchdowns last year, Andrew Luck. You know, Skip,
Way out on a limb.
Going
Now
with
you're going
Luck.
with the second choice on the list.
Look.
So you went from maybe the first choice to the second choice.
Jenny, is it my turn or his turn?
sorry, it is.
I could have sworn it,
But you
This
started
is-
with the
this
joke
is-
about Dak. So
This
it's
is
kinda
bold
harsh.
and gutsy by Shannon Sharp. Way to go.
Okay.
Congratulations.
This man picked the Dallas Cowboys. He picked the New England Patriots to get to the Super Bowl.
I picked the Dallas Cowboys to get to the Super Bowl, who are their odds are like middle of the pack. That's guts. That's conviction.
You let me finish. You gonna let me finish?
You just-
you can
You
refute.
threw the
I'd like
floor
to
to
hear the
me.
end of
Yeah,
this.
you can refute my point if you like to, but I'm gonna take Andrew Luck because he has a top 5 offensive line. Skip. 3 of the 4 players were drafted in the first round on the offensive line. Quentin Nelson was first-team All-Pro.
Yep.
Ryan Kelly, first rounder. Costanzo and Braden Smith was a second-round pick. So they have a top.
really good.
They have a top 3 offensive line. Marlon Mack
Yep.
did an unbelievable job. Remember, he ran the ball down the Cowboys. You know him very well.
I do.
Return of the Mac. That's what he was
Yep.
playing in the stadium that night. Killing him. T.Y. Hilton. Love him. They drafted Paris Campbell out of Ohio State.
He's good.
The speedster.
Like him.
Andrew Luck. You remember, Skip? Eric Ebron was the first-round pick of Detroit Lions, and they thought he was a bust. Well, he turned him into a Pro Bowler. So I love what they did offensively. They signed Justin Houston in free agency. I think they'll be better. I believe in order, because it's still, you need to win, but it's still a stat award. You know, Skip, back in the day, you go 13-3, 14-4, you throw, 14-4, 14-2, 13-3, you throw 25 touchdowns, 3,000 yards, you're going to be the MVP. No more. You need to win 11 or 12 games, but it's going to take somewhere between 4,500 and 5,000 yards, upwards of 30-plus 35 touchdowns in order for you to win this reward. I believe Andrew Luck could probably be somewhere around the high 30s, maybe low 40s. They'll win 11 games, and he'll be the MVP.
I will give you this. If it's up to the MVP voters, many of whom dug in before Andrew Luck's draft and said, he's the next John Elway, they will leap to put him #1 on their ballot because they have had egg on all their faces for all these years because he has never come close to being John Elway or living up to their hype pre-draft, which was the obvious RG3 draft. So, my problem with Andrew Luck is good luck with that because you realize he's been hurt the whole offseason. He's got some calf pull that is, it's much more serious than Kevin Durant's,
He must
right?
be pulled. He must have tore it.
I don't know, but again, Frank Reich said, I think it was yesterday, that, gee, when he was watching Kevin go down, obviously with his Achilles tear, that he thought immediately of his quarterback, well, we got to overprotect here. We got to be overly cautious with him. So this is another cauliflower body victim. This is another guy who's, it's Cam Newton-esque in that he's taken so many shots, and he doesn't run with the ball like Cam does, but he stands and stands and stands some more in the pocket until he gets obliterated. Will the line keep him upright? It might, but I'm saying good luck with him staying healthy for 16 games. Okay. The truth is, the odds-on favorite should be a prohibitive favorite because of his head coach and his offensive coordinator. This race is rigged for Patrick Mahomes to win it every year and to be back-to-back-to-back-to-back MVPs because Andy Reid just does that for his quarterbacks. And I'm going to refer back to the quote that was in the Mike Sando, The Athletic piece on Patrick Mahomes the other day. This is from a former head coach who says, You play for Andy Reid, and you're going to have numbers to the point where what's-his-name thinks he's a Hall of Famer. What's-his-name is Donovan McNabb.
Then how you gonna call the man what's-his-name, Skip? He know exactly. You know who thinks he's a Hall of Famer, but you don't know his name.
Okay, but it was a shot he was taking. It was like a sarcastic what's-his-name. Yeah. He's a what's-his-name, and he thinks he's a Hall of Famer because he put up very good numbers under Andy Reid. And then this former head coach goes on to say, I just don't know if you can continue to play the way he, meaning Patrick Mahomes, plays and not have the big mistakes. He said he does remind him of Favre and that he's going to have some Favre moments, as in big interceptions that could lose a game.
Right.
We saw that on that Monday night here at the Coliseum. Yep. He made a bunch of big mistakes in that game.
3 interceptions and 2 fumbles.
Okay, so that could undercut the Andy Reid effect. But Andy Reid handpicked this kid. He traded up in the draft to get this kid. Andy has a huge ego, and he's going to do everything in his power to make this kid another MVP.
And we traded up, Skip, and they were like, what?
What?
You bypassed Deshaun Watson after what Deshaun had done to Alabama.
Okay.
For 2 years, he won the last year. It's like, I understand he can throw the ball. He got a strong arm, but I don't know about that. Who's your dark horse?
So then I'm going down the list to Aaron Rodgers. I already told you that is a train wreck waiting to happen in Green Bay with the new head coach, only 4 years older than Aaron Rodgers. Your guy Carson Wentz.
That's my dark horse.
He's 9-1. He's not a dark horse. He's out of the race.
Well, no, he's not.
No quarterback in this league has more pressure on him going into this year than Carson Wentz does. He just got the most guaranteed money of anybody in this league, $108 million guaranteed. He lost his safety net. Nick Foles is now a Jacksonville Jaguar.
And guess what's going to happen? They're going to take him to the Super Bowl. They're going to win it. They're going to tear that contract up and get more money.
Oh, you're talking about Nick Foles?
No. Nick Foles ain't going nowhere.
Okay. Stop. Really?
But
he went somewhere the last 2 years.
Hold up. Why are you so upset? You know what it's not the fact that Nick Foles has Carson Wentz has all the pressure. You're upset that your guy is nowhere to even be seen.
Who's my guy?
You know who your guy is.
I don't know who my guy is.
Your guy, quarterback, number 4, the jersey, yes.
Okay. I got
what's
that.
His odds?
He's more Brady-esque.
Well, Brady on the list.
Yeah, well, he's all the way down at 12-1.
Okay.
And I'm surprised he's that high because Baker Mayfield is tied with him at 12-1. Who has the better receiving core, Baker or Brady? Help me out. How about 5 times the better receiving cores in Cleveland as opposed to New England?
But here's the thing, Skip.
Right?
He'll throw, let me look, he's going to have a high completion percentage because of his backs can catch the football out of the backfield. Julian Edelman, when he comes back out, he has a thumb issue that might have him sidelined for a while, but he'll catch a bunch of balls. Brady will win, and he'll have okay numbers. Now, I don't know if he's not going to have Pat Mahomes type numbers.
Well, he doesn't have Randy Moss anymore.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Okay. We know what Tom can do, Skip. But when you go 13-3, you're 14-2, you're always in your quarterback. You're always going to be in the discussion because if you have that kind of record, it's hard to have that kind of record and your quarterback be bad. So he's always going to be in the discussion. The question is, will he have the stats to match up a Patrick Mahomes or an Andrew Luck or some of these guys that's going to have maybe better stats, but maybe not as many wins?
The answer is no, he will not. But he will win the AFC Championship game, probably in Foxborough over Patrick Mahomes, whom he beat head-to-head twice last year. That's it, period, end of story. Also down the list is Drew Brees at 10-1. That would be a good bet because I'll give him a shot.
Well, you had Drew last year, and I told you it wasn't going to happen.
I didn't have him.
Oh, you have Drew Brees going to win it. I said, my homeboy got this thing in the bag.
Now, for a true dark horse who's not even on the board, and somebody at this table always has the courage of his conviction and goes way out to the end of the limb while the other one just picks chalk.
Don't do it.
Rock, chalk, Jayhawk. You're
Don't
Mr.
do
Jayhawk.
it. You better not say it.
I dug in, and I'm sticking by it right here, right now. It is early. I reserve the right to change come September the 5th or whenever our Friday show is before the, what is it?
I think it'll be the 6th.
6th, that's correct.
Yeah.
September the 6th. I could change. I reserve the right. You said early.
That's our 3-year anniversary.
It
is.
September 6th is.
Yeah.
Way to go. How did we last this long?
Yeah.
You and I.
I don't know how you did it.
We were a train wreck waiting to happen.
Never know. Every day. Never know.
Off the board, I'm sticking with my pick of about 2 months ago.
Yeah, I remember.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Okay.
You have said
He
that.
led this league in completions and yards.